All right, welcome back. This is part 2. Let's fucking do it. The CIA's cocaine by 60 minutes. Hopefully this video can actually be seen. Let's give it a shot. Here we go.
A ton of coke.
Okay, wait, real quick. Matt Hunter, why don't you go ahead and unmute yourself and call me a nigger whore? Go ahead. Dare you.
Oh.
Go ahead. If you're going to write that 1,000 times.
You can't.
Sorry for the censors.
What? Will they take the video down if you say that?
My bad.
No. I think if it's done like excessively, then yeah, sometimes. I had a video that got me a strike. But it wasn't me saying
My
anything.
bad.
It was fucking Chris Rock and Ricky Gervais and fucking Louis C.K.
Bro, just do a take 2. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, Jordan.
No, just keep it going. No, I want the world to
No,
know.
I was just curious. Like, are you going to unmute to call me that? I'm just curious because you keep writing it in the chat. So, you got something to say.
Who's doing that?
Peaches.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're paying attention to him.
Nah,
It was on
he's a
the
bruised
chat,
peach.
so I couldn't help it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, anyway.
He's a bruised peach. That's what he is now.
He is a bruised bum. Go ahead.
All right, here we go with 60 minutes segment, the CIA's cocaine. Here we go.
A ton of cocaine, pure cocaine worth hundreds of millions, is smuggled into the United States.
Just remember, that's
Sound
what Maduro's
familiar?
in jail for right
Not the
now.
way this ton of cocaine.
For
got
cocaine.
here. According to
machine
what
guns,
the former head
I
of the
guess.
Drug Enforcement Administration told Mike Wallace,
He's in jail
this
for
drug
oil
shipment got
possession.
here courtesy of what he calls drug trafficking by
No
the
IMF
CIA
debt.
in partnership with the Venezuelan National Guard. While rumors of CIA involvement in drug trafficking have circulated for years, no one in the U.S. government has ever before publicly charged the CIA with this kind of wrongdoing. And it's not the kind of accusation anyone in government would make without thinking long and hard.
Let me understand what you're saying. A ton of cocaine was smuggled into the United States of America by the Venezuelan National Guard?
Well,
In cooperation with the CIA?
that's exactly what appears to have happened.
Oh, no, never.
Until last month, Judge Robert Bonner was the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA. And Judge Bonner explained to us that only the head of the DEA is authorized to approve the transportation of any illegal narcotics like cocaine into this country, even if the CIA is bringing it in.
Let me put it this way, Mike. If this has not been approved by DEA or an appropriate law enforcement authority in the United States, then it's illegal. It's called drug trafficking. It's called drug smuggling.
So what you're saying, in effect, is the CIA broke the law. Simple as that.
I don't think there's any other way you can rationalize around it, assuming, as I think we can, that there was some knowledge on the part of CIA, at least some participation in approving or condoning this to be done.
Judge Bonner says he came to that conclusion after a 2-year secret investigation conducted by the DEA's Office of Professional Responsibility in cooperation with the CIA's own Inspector General. And what reason did the CIA have for promoting this drug smuggling?
Well, the only rationale that's ever been offered is that this would lead to some
But Jordan,
valuable
the
drug
CIA is
intelligence
like Antifa. It
about
doesn't
the
really exist.
Colombian cartels.
Over
It's not an
half of the
organization.
Colombian drug cartel's cocaine crosses the border with Venezuela on its way to
What?
the United States and Europe. Back in the
CIA is
1980s,
like Antifa.
CIA
It doesn't really exist. There's nobody you can say is responsible for it.
It's an actual It's an actual part of the government with an actual director.
So name the cocaine dealer in the CIA. Name him.
Holy fuck. I mean, you
got
are as
nothing.
dumb
You
as
don't
Matt
have a name
Hunter.
for. You don't have a name for me, do you?
I guess I don't. I mean, I have Alan Dulles, but that's a long time ago. As a CIA director. I have John Ratcliffe,
He was.
who's the current
He
CIA
was
director.
the drug dealer for the CIA. You have evidence to him holding drugs.
Well, to be a drug kingpin doesn't have to touch the drugs themselves. They have foot soldiers do it for them, right? Like typically.
Well, then what's our evidence on Maduro? I mean, his hands are obviously dirty.
Dirty for cocaine?
Yeah, dude, look at him. He's brown.
Wow. You stopped the video
That's
for
the
that
evidence.
stupid shit.
Yeah, that's the evidence.
Go back to tickling your clit, bro. Let's go back to the video. Here we go.
mandated by then-President Reagan to develop intelligence on the Colombian drug cartels. And so the CIA, with Venezuela's Guardia
It's not a
Nacional,
clit, it's a
National
micro
Guard,
penis.
set
Oh,
up
my
an
bad, my bad.
undercover operation,
I
a drug
apologize to all
smuggling
women.
operation in Venezuela that could handle the transshipment of the Colombian cartel's cocaine
Is
on
that the
its way
duck?
to market. The plan was to infiltrate the cartels,
Hi, Chip.
and it worked. For the CIA National
What
Guard
are you doing,
undercover
Ducky?
operation quickly
Close
accumulated
relative of the
this
Happy New Year.
cocaine, over 1.5 tons.
Same to you. Happy New
Was
Year.
smuggled from Colombia into Venezuela inside these
All right,
trucks,
guys, lock in.
and then was
Cocaine.
stored here at the CIA-financed Counter-Narcotics Intelligence Center in Caracas. The center's commander and the CIA's man in Venezuela was National Guard General Ramon Guillen Davila.
I tried to work together with them. I was always aware that they were not.
Wait, are you about to hear names and stuff? Have you seen this before, Dubster? Because people are going to think I hired you to be this stupid. Just like Harrison. They're going to think I hired you. Here we go.
That's his fake name. His real name is Chavez.
Got it.
Ramon de
The man in
Gavier.
Venezuela was National
Like a
Guard
chevron.
General Ramon Guillen Davila.
I tried to
I don't know if
work
that's
together with
coincidence
them. I was
It's a
always
French
aware
name
that
in
they
a
were
fucking
not telling me
Mexican
everything they were
state.
doing.
Annabelle Grimm was a DEA agent with 18 years' experience when she was made agent in charge in Caracas. And she says that the CIA station chief, James Campbell, and this man, Mark McFarland, the CIA officer in charge at the center, told her that to keep the undercover smuggling operation credible, they had to keep the cartel happy. And the way to do that was simple. Deliver their dope, untouched by U.S. law enforcement, to the cartel's distributors, their dope dealers in the United States.
The CIA and the Guardia Nacional wanted to let cocaine go on into the traffic without doing anything. They wanted to let it come up to the United States, no surveillance, no nothing.
In other words, you weren't going to stop them in Miami or Houston or wherever. These drugs were simply going to go to the United States and then go into the traffic and eventually reach the streets.
That's what they wanted to do, yes. And we had very, very lengthy discussions where I told them what the U.S. law was and the fact that we could not do this.
So here you got Jim Campbell, chief of station, who knows about this. Mark McFarland, CIA officer, knows about this, and are stimulating this business of sending what are uncontrolled deliveries of drugs, smuggling drugs into the United States, right?
Right.
Why in the world would they want to do that?
As they explained to me, that this would enable them to gain the traffickers' confidence, keep their informant cool, and it would result in future seizures of larger quantities of drugs. And also they hoped to...
Wrong.
I guess they thought they were going to get Pablo Escobar at the scene of the crime or something, which I found personally ludicrous.
But if Annabelle Grimm thought this was ludicrous, the CIA station chief, James Campbell, did not. He enlisted the assistance of CIA headquarters in Washington to get approval for the drug shipments. And his bosses at the CIA in Washington went over Annabelle Grimm's head directly to her bosses at DEA headquarters in Washington.
They made this proposal, and we said, no, no way, we will not permit this. It should not go forward. And then, apparently, it went forward anyway.
The joint DEA-CIA investigation we mentioned earlier confirmed that over 1 ton of cocaine made its way from the Counter-Narcotics Center in Caracas to the streets of the United States. And they discovered that at one point, General Guillen's National Guard tried to ship 1,500 kilos at once.
They were not...
So, CIA setting up shop in Venezuela, selling drugs out of Venezuela, is why we need to go take out the leader of Venezuela, because there's drugs in Venezuela.
Oh, it was a sting operation. Did you listen to her, dude? They were catching
I
Pablo
mean,
Escobar.
These guys hate life. They have to hate life. I mean, their life. I mean,
Pablo
like, they
Escobar
hate the
got
idea
caught.
of healthy life existing. It's like they hate
Pablo
that.
Escobar was prosecuted.
That's some psychopathic, schemy ass shit, bro. But granted, we already went over that before with the Jordan Goudreau interview with Max Blumenthal, where they're talking about, like, yeah, like the biggest drug dealers in Venezuela is the fucking CIA. Duh. And he meant like to this day. Anyways, let's continue.
successful in that because apparently the package they had put together was too large. It wouldn't fit on the plane.
Bendita caja
General Guillen admits to the bungled operation.
no cabe por la puerta del avión.
It
que la
was
está
too
recibiendo.
big for the airplane door because the plane was a 707.
The box was too big to get into the airplane? $30 million worth of cargo, drugs, all these officials, the Venezuelans, the Americans, the Colombians, all so stupid that they don't have a box that's small enough to fit inside their own airplane.
Es que los traficantes
The traffickers made a mistake with the plane.
Is it possible that General Guillen was doing this on his own without the knowledge of the CIA?
I would find it very difficult for several reasons to believe that they did not know what was going on. They built, they ran, they controlled that center. General Guillen and his officers didn't go to the bathroom without telling Mark McFarland or the CIA what they were going to do.
And I believe that was the embassy that was shut down, right? They ran things out of the embassy in Caracas, the U.S. embassy that I believe was shut down at some point during Maduro's
It
time period.
was 2006, 2007 when they shut down the embassy.
Oh, okay, so that's
I read it yesterday. CFR reporting.
that'd be Chavez then, no 06.
Yeah, yeah. Unless they shut it down multiple times before, I don't know.
But it's our backyard, so shouldn't he have left the CIA drug dealing embassy open? Right?
He did. He didn't kick the CIA out.
Oh, they just left themselves?
No, he kicked an ambassador out, which is one person.
And he left the CIA there to keep selling drugs and shit?
Right. The CIA's been there even to this day.
No, I know they're in the country, but I'm saying the embassy was shut down at some point. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. No. CIA is different than embassy.
No, they're running shit out of that embassy.
No, they don't need to fucking use a specific building to do that.
I know, but I'm saying at the time periods they were running shit out of that embassy, and then it got shut down. That makes sense to you?
Of course, they would use the embassy. That's because
14 years
they
later?
can't invade the embassy. That's why they would use that building, Dubster. That would make strategic sense in terms of like what an
14 years
embassy
later.
is in another country.
No, they'd leave they'd
Interesting.
go somewhere else once the embassy gets shut down. Duh.
Yeah, but I'm saying they would
I
use the
agree.
embassy because that's the one place where they're their own country in that embassy. Like they can't get invaded in that, like by quote unquote international rules. So it would make sense for them to use the embassy.
Well, CIA has the international immunity too, just anywhere they are.
Yeah, but
If they
the
have to
embassy
fucking
quarters
use that.
specifically. I'm talking about like the private property. Your favorite word,
Right.
private property.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no money flow and drug flow within the embassy. Maybe
No, I'm saying
discussions
they
are
could
had.
use that.
Discussions could be had there.
You drop
Deals
plants
could
and
be
that's
made
what I
there.
mean. That's what I mean by selling drugs
Yeah.
out of the embassy. You think they're just packaging shit in there? I mean, they're coordinating shit in there. Duh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't disagree. I'm just saying it's not a magical building that matters.
Nobody said that
No,
though.
I brought up the Jordan Goudreau guy talking about that embassy being shut down, and he said they were dealing drugs out of it.
It wasn't shut down until 14 years later, from '93.
Yeah, so what? They were just continuously doing
That's what
that
I'm saying.
stupid.
What's your point? What is the so they shut it down?
Dude, they were okay. You said what? 14 years later, they're continuously using it until they get kicked out.
Right.
And they do it somewhere else.
They're
probably.
still there. They're still there doing the same thing, whether the embassy's there or not.
Holy fuck!
No, but
I'm
it's
just,
easier to do it if the embassy's there, Dubster. It makes it much easier.
Look,
I'm just
I
tying it
can
to the
have-
Jordan Goudreau
I can
story
ha-
because it lines up with each other.
I'm saying
Holy
what
fuck.
I'm saying is a
Irrelevance.
room where I talk to you can do the same thing. A room in an embassy where I talk to you can do the same thing. Like the embassy's not like magical.
Pretty sure they can't do like raids on
Yep.
an embassy.
What are they don't
That's why Assange
look,
was hiding
wherever
there in the Ecuadorian embassy in
Where-
England. Right?
Wherever they're having
No, that
these
one was actually
discussions,
magical. That was actually the magical embassy.
wherever they have these discussions, they're not having money there with them, and they're not having drugs
Nobody
there
said
with them.
that. Oh my god.
So,
I
whenever you raid their discussion, all you have to say is, "We're not talking. We're just talking about going to the bar."
Exactly.
What?
I
So you agree with me? Okay.
It's like you said all that for no fucking reason, honestly. But let's get back to the video. I mean, I'd recommend you go listen back to that dubster and be like, what the fuck was I saying? What's the point of that? All right.
No,
Anyway.
the point is, what is the point of what you said? There's nothing magical about the embassy.
I'm literally tying it to Jordan Goudreau and his testimony.
I don't know who that is.
It's the failed
that-
coup attempt by he was the leader
Oh,
of the ex-Green Beret guy.
What did he say it occurred in the embassies?
It's just, not only that, he's not even listening either. I'm gonna move on with the video. Here we go.
Drug smuggling operation finally unraveled nearly a year after Annabelle Grimm says she told the CIA and General
Are
Guillen
you high, Dubs?
that it was illegal to send drugs uncontrolled.
Have you been
into the
smoking
US.
what Josh has been smoking?
Then, a shipment arrived at Miami's International Airport and was seized, coincidentally, by U.S. Customs. Customs traced those drugs back to the Venezuelan National Guard. But General Guillen told us that operation had been approved by U.S. authorities.
Look, what I see here is that there is a problem between the CIA and the DEA, and perhaps they are trying to find a fall guy who is General Guillen. If I had anything to do with illegal drug trafficking, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you.
General Guillen is right about one thing. He could travel to New York to talk to us about Judge Bonner's charges only because he had already been granted immunity from prosecution in that DEA CIA Inspector General's investigation. So we confronted the general with this document, a report from that investigation that reads like his confession.
Guillen lost his composure, and when directly confronted concerning his involvement in the unauthorized and illegal shipment of cocaine to the U.S., confesses.
Look, I say that that confession is not true. In that report, there are a lot of lies. It's useless. I have not confessed anywhere.
So you're clean?
Clean until the last day God has for me.
So far, there has been...
Oh, fuck. God damn. I did not cheat the game of baseball. I did not take steroids. That's what it sounds like to me. But, that's very interesting, because, like, this report's from 93, or it came out in 93 at least, I think. And then Chavez came in 98. They eventually closed the embassy. Like, maybe, I wonder if the Chavez Maduro people / Maduro were fighting drug dealing in their country. Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, what's interesting? Yeah, the other day, maybe a day and a half ago, I saw that Jack Posobiec was saying, oh, you should just make Bukele the, kind of like in charge of the South, like America, Central America, as kind of like their intermediary. Bukele, the Salvador.
Yeah, the
Salvadoran president.
drug dealing president, yeah.
Yeah, so they said, and I saw Matt Gaetz retweet that, and he was like, oh, this is brilliant. And I saw a bunch of, I'm like, okay. And then I'm just thinking back to like El Salvador's past relationship with America, and that was really nasty. That was really nasty. And there's people who like suffered from the remembrance of that we interviewed for this immigration documentary. And so it's really interesting how it's almost like his second term, or whatever this is like a mirror of like the first one, but just it's everything's just going backwards. So that's why you have like he's starting with the Soleimani thing rather than ending, right?
Yeah.
Starting with the Maduro. I don't know. So I'm just like, I wonder. So should we like see what it was like backwards, to see what's gonna unfold? I don't know.
I mean, in his first term, it seemed like he was just in a way, trying to create like the situations that lead to the overt crazy actions he's doing in this term, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he'll just like finish it backwards or something. I don't know, but it just seems weird. I'm like, because another thing they did to the Salvadorans when they were supporting their military government, I guess in the 80s, and then they specifically targeted Salvadorans who fled to the United States and like sent them back because they were like, no, El Salvador's just fine, even though there was literally like mayhem and people were being sent back, even though the U.S. government was the one funding the military government that was like driving people away.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, yeah, it's a shit show.
I mean, there's a nasty little rumor out there about this Bukele guy and this in MS-13, I believe they're called, right? And he wanted these guys back in his country so he can put them in that fucking CCOT jail or whatever the fuck because they might snitch. So he probably wants to bring them back to take care of them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just a rumor.
It was interesting. He was going around destroying any graves that had MS-13 insignia or anything. So like people's like deceased family members and stuff. He was like getting rid of.
God.
Yeah,
Gross.
like actual like they're stones like for like these people are dead. So I'm just like, okay. I guess you'd probably see the same thing if somebody had like Nazi stuff on their grave. They'd be like, oh, get rid of it. But he was treating it like that. He was like, it's as if you have Nazis in your house. He says they're like the equivalent of Nazis and that you have to like kill the ideology. I don't know how he's going to do that.
Didn't they in this recent raid into Venezuela? Didn't they bomb like a memorial or something like that of Chavez? Maybe where he was like actually buried, possibly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's very healthy minded. Very, very healthy minded. Okay. Well, let's continue.
No legal action against General Guillen. As for the CIA officers, well, Judge Bonner may believe that someone at the agency must have known, but the CIA and the U.S. Department of Justice say they have discovered, quote, no evidence of criminal wrongdoing. However, the CIA did acknowledge to us that the investigation, quote, did reveal instances of poor judgment and management, leading to disciplinary actions for several CIA officers. Mark McFarlane, the CIA officer in charge of the Counter-Narcotics Center, resigned from the agency last year. We tried to talk to him, but he told us the CIA would take legal action against him if he violated his secrecy agreement with the agency.
God damn it, Susie. It was just here in my back pocket. What? What are you talking about? I had like 50 kilos of cocaine. I can't find it anywhere. Where'd it go? Susie, where'd the coke go? Come on. Well, I'm just going to have to tell the judge I lost it. I never had it. I don't understand. It just disappeared. I don't know anything about any cocaine, man. It's all gone. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry. These are like sounds like excuses. Exactly what the fucking Trump administration does in regards to when they get caught with shit. They start bullshitting.
Where were you at when the Secret Service lost Hunter's cocaine in the White House? You didn't have anything to say about that, did you? Yeah, that happened like a year and a half ago.
It's called the White House for a reason.
I mean, I don't care about individuals doing cocaine on their own time. I care about them, but like, that's their recreational or probably possibly addiction, right? Which is a bad thing. You want to help them out. But this is a lot more sinister, is it not? But don't worry, Harrison's not a serious person anyway, so.
No, and also it was Hunter Biden's father who put people on crack in droves in jail. Yep. So I'm not Joe Biden, so I'm not gonna react the same way.
Was Bush, and Obama never lied to me about anything.
No, Joe Biden
he's the
wrote the
treasurer,
crime.
and he's never been wrong about anything in his entire life.
He wrote the crime bill. So I'm glad that you and Joe Biden agree. Good job, Harrison. You're aligned with Joe Biden.
Yeah, it was Biden.
Congrats.
Specifically, who passed that bill.
Yeah. And I'm against, and let's be honest, Biden probably already knew that the fucking CIA were bringing drugs into the inner cities of the fucking U.S. He's probably had some sort of awareness of that. So thus it was a perfect business deal to create new jobs with all these task forces and police payrolls and police, let's be real, more militarization of the police forces to deal with all the drug epidemic that their government helped create in the first place.
Yeah, and also, and Biden was the one who put a bounty on Maduro in the first place. It's just one administration to another.
Yeah. So.
And Biden supported, even in the 90s, he was like supporting. He's like, yeah, we need to bomb Serbia now. Bomb Serbia. He's crazy. So I don't know, but you're like in his camp. So
see, when Biden was sharper and lucid, he was worse apparently.
He's crazy
and a racist.
What's going on, guys?
You're crazy.
I am recording.
Oh, fair enough. I
Uh,
got summoned just to the record.
yeah, we know. God damn it. So like, yeah, just for viewers, just in case you hear this part of the video, and this might get copyrighted out of existence, but you hear this part of the video, there are people both within this Discord and entering my comments that I keep saying, for bullshit reasons, for subversion, that I'm some sort of Joe Biden supporter. They're trolling and lying.
Ew.
And it's like, I think it's to get the attention of the audience, but look, you guys can't trust him, Biden supporter.
Dude, Joe Biden supporters weren't even Joe Biden supporters. like, let's be honest here. Like, most of those people were just like, fuck Trump. Like, I can't stand this fucking guy. They literally, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know that many, like, ardent Joe Biden supporters. I don't, and I live in, like, libtardia. So, I don't know.
Politics was just
where
like,
are these people?
Weird, because I'm like, part of me not making videos all the time was like, these people making excuses for supporting Joe Biden because Trump's so bad or whatever the fuck. I'm like, wow, these people are fucking idiots. And I'm just like, I'm like, wow, they're all fucking lame. All of them. They're fucking lame. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get some more nutrition with movies and video games and shit like that. But, you know.
Yeah.
Either way, it was not because I love Joe Biden so much. These idiots say. Because, I don't know. They're lazy, bored, subversion artists. All right. Let's continue. I mean, this video's probably going to get copyrighted anyway, so. But here we go.
As for James Campbell, the CIA station chief, we learned he was brought back to the U.S. and promoted, but then he retired. Campbell did tell us, quote, "I've devoted my life to my country and feel like a victim in this thing. This happened without our knowledge. We were there to prevent it."
I got the best
While
stuff
CIA
on the street,
headquarters
son.
declined to answer our questions on camera, off camera, a CIA official involved in the Venezuelan cocaine operation did.
We talked to some people at CIA. They say the DEA does the same thing all the time. They let drugs walk. They let drugs into the traffic, look the other way, to further a more important goal.
It's absolutely untrue. And frankly, maybe it displays the kind of ignorance that makes the CIA dangerous in this area.
There's something about this guy's eyes
for an agency of the
that are
U.S.
very
government
unsettling, man.
Well, okay,
facilitate and participate.
that's like any other. Okay, this was a couple of years ago, but when I was in the West Coast and I was watching the news, and there was news about how the San Francisco, Oakland police department chief was caught smuggling fentanyl. I'm like, oh hell no! So literally, it was. You can look it up. It was the summer, 5-6 years ago. I'm like, this is, or no, it was less than that. It was 3-4 years ago. And it's literally it's gonna go through these departments that are the gatekeepers, right?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Yo, look at this guy's eyes when he's talking. There's something abnormal about his fucking eyes.
Honestly, so Matt Hunter
I bet
makes
on
this
it.
argument all the time, right? Matt Hunter always says, "Oh, so did the CIA, crank up the crack pipe for the blacks? And did they make them smoke it, shove it in their mouth?" And it's kind of okay, well, with the fentanyl thing, the Trump administration is literally killing the people that they're saying are bringing the drugs in here and getting people killed with fentanyl. So I don't know. It's just kind of just strange.
I saw a funny little argument today on Twitter where this guy's like, my brother died from drug overdose and yada yada. I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. Then people are like, nah, your brother died from what's it called? Oxycontin or oxycodone. Whatever the fuck it's called. It's like, which means it has nothing to do with Venezuela importing drugs at all. Like, nothing to do with it. But he was still just on a ranting rampage. And it's like, wait a minute, you should blame the pharmaceutical companies for that shit, right?
Well, so you should be bombing the CIA boats, right? Because they're bringing in the drugs. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, should we be bombing the CIA headquarters? Because they're responsible for this thing?
Of course not.
That's kind of what they're doing.
All of a sudden, they change up things. They start adding new ones. Well, what do you know? Like upstairs, do you know the exact person that was doing this? Huh? Do you know that? If you don't know that, then you got nothing, right? They start like subverting the argument itself. Just embarrassing.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, Peaches does it all. That's how he rolls.
They're idiots. They're dingbats. But here's the thing. I don't come from the kind of Jimmy Dore perspective, which I don't even know if he still holds this perspective or not, where it's like all cops are bad, right? I remember he was saying that shit during the whole riots and all that stuff, right? He's saying, "Oh, fuck the cops, fuck the police. I know cops; they're all racist." Right? You just do that. I don't come from that perspective, but like, let's be real. There's definitely a decent amount of individuals or people working in groups that would be dirty cops. 100% That should not be a fucking surprise to anyone. There's TV shows about it night and fucking day. So
Dubster knows he knows a few. Dubster knows a few.
You would have to drone the San Francisco, Oakland Police Department for having a corrupt police chief that was smuggling in fentanyl to the community.
You're going to have to go with also the LAPD, where remember Michael Rupert talking about, hey, these guys were trying to recruit me to sell drugs out of the LAPD.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of drones.
So, yeah. All right, let's continue.
And allowing drugs to reach the streets. And apparently, if the CIA doesn't understand that, then I would be concerned that this kind of incident could be repeated.
The CIA advised us they had recently briefed the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee.
He has different language. No offense to that guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. But if, let's say, oh no, this guy Maduro in Venezuela is a big-time drug dealer, he probably wouldn't have any words of nuance and, well, we should really be careful about this scenario and not let's carefully do an investigation and, it'd be like, yeah, just fucking get him out of there. You're talking about fucking Maduro all of a sudden, foreign people. Oh, they're foreign? Yeah, just get them the fuck out of there. Bomb them, get them out. Simple. When it comes to his own fucking orgs that work next to him and shit like that, like, well, we need to really do a slowed down investigation, do this, do that, yada, yada, yada. And it's just transparently devil worshipping to me. Transparent. Where it's selective instead of about character. It's selective based on the stupidest fucking things. Something that you didn't make up yourself. Someone made it up for you, and you're running with it. You dingbats. Sorry. All right, let's continue.
Senator Dennis DeConcini, and they urged us to talk with him, apparently believing he would defend the operation.
It was an operation that I don't think they should have been involved in.
No question the drugs got in.
I don't doubt that the drugs got in here.
You'd think that maybe the agency would want to say, okay, we made a mistake.
I think they made a mistake, and you hope when these mistakes are made that, not too many more of them are, particularly when the mistake is a large quantity of substance like this that can kill people, and probably did.
We asked the senator why no one in the CIA has been prosecuted for bringing in the drugs.
I think it's probably.
You would seem to think there would be a good case there.
Case against?
Against an American who knew anything about it. But, I've been a prosecutor, Mike, and you have to look at the case, convince a jury or a judge not to throw the case out. The Justice Department reviewed that, and they decided not to prosecute these individuals from the agency.
And what about the vaunted intelligence gathered from the whole CIA anti-drug caper in Venezuela?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, I don't know of any because from what I know, no valuable intelligence of any kind was produced from this operation.
What intelligence was generated by the shipment of this 1,000 to 1,500 kilos? Controlled or uncontrolled?
Bastante positiva.
It was very positive.
Really?
Sí.
Who did you finger? What did you find out?
Está detenido actualmente.
Right now, a truck driver and a truck that were trafficking drugs into Venezuela are under arrest. There was another truck, and 2 similar van types were also caught.
So what you're saying is that you captured 3 or 4 or 5 truck drivers. I'm asking about intelligence in the United States that was generated by the actual shipment of these kilos into the United States.
Now, whether or not here in the United States they arrested anyone or the intelligence gathered was useless, that is the responsibility of the Americans.
After speaking to us, General Guillen traveled to Miami where federal agents found him and served him with a subpoena to appear before a newly revived grand jury investigation into the CIA's cocaine. But the word out of Venezuela is that the government there will not permit him to testify.
I look at that 1,000 kilos, at least that 1,000 kilos. I look at the fact, I mean, Mike, you're a taxpayer, and that was U.S. taxpayer money that built that center, that funded it, that maintained it. And I really take great exception to the fact that that 1,000 kilos came in funded by U.S. taxpayer money, and it hit the streets of the United States. And I find that particularly appalling when you look at all the damaged lives that 1,000 kilos represents.
I mean, can you think of any other way for someone to scream, "Get fucked"? There's no louder way to do it. Sell you drugs.
Tax people, and then they sold it again and just give it up.
They use the taxpayer dollars to fund, buildings in Venezuela or operations to fund their operations, whatever the fuck, in order to sell drugs back to the U.S. so that they can give more, so that they're getting taxed twice, right? They're paying for the drugs and they're paying taxes. and none of it's coming back to them. The only ones they keep fat, like the fat cats of it, no offense to them, once again, I don't think all cops are bad, but in their world, like, man, we're living good right now. Look at all these arrests we're making. We're getting fucking bonuses. They think, like, it's hunky-dory. Well, you got to keep the guys with guns happy, right? You can't start paying them shit, right? Because then they might revolt. Then you're fucked after that point. So they keep those guys happy. Especially during the war on drugs and all that shit, right?
Why do they think they can't audit the Pentagon ever successfully, ever? I mean, when they do these things and they do this just to kind of even wash that out, and then they move weapons. Right?
Oh yeah.
So these drug operations is what they do to fund the weapons for the regime changes, which is circular.
Oh yeah. But actually, in this operation, they were going to give it a little bit more operational power, I think, right? Versus the more stealthy, let's infiltrate and go undercover and all this shit, right? They actually, like the first bombing on land in Venezuela was from the CIA, right? From a drone strike. It's like, so the CIA had operational control over droning someone. I'm sure they've had that before, but it's like, that's not the stealthy CIA that you see in movies and shit like that, right? That was straight up like, that's like a general's move, right? Like, I lead the military guy. Let's shoot a drone at a country. Don't worry, we'll just say it's for drugs. And when we arrest them, we'll say, no, it wasn't for drugs. My bad. I mean, they're screaming. What's it? The biggest defenders of this stupid shit. They are looking at them and saying, go fuck yourselves, you idiots. They're saying, look over there. You turn and look, and they're giving you the middle finger behind your back. They're fucking doing dances and shit. You little bitches. Look at you serve me, you little assholes. You turn back around and say, they put their hand out. Thank you for being such a great American. And they shake your hand. And when you leave, they make fun of you behind your back. You fucking dummies. Incredible. You see why I call people stupid sometimes? Like, it's that infuriating. You see why?
Yeah.
Either way, was there 30 seconds left? Okay. Flip this around. There we go.
And what happened to the tens of millions that were paid for the CIA's cocaine? Well, General Guillen insists he didn't get any of it. But Judge Bonner says one thing is certain. The Colombian cartel did. They got their money once the dope made it to our streets. Meanwhile, both the House and Senate Intelligence Oversight Committees continue to ask questions about what they call, quote, the very serious charges surrounding the CIA's cocaine.
Copyright me for that. I mean, there it is. Interesting video. A lot of people are already aware of this. All right, peace out. A lot of people are already aware of this stuff. But it's just sad to watch people nowadays. Like, you can see them bending themselves into pretzels to make excuses for it. Not the little trolls that are around me, but I mean, like, actually, the comments I see on the internet. Not on my channel, but just, like, all over the place. I'm like, man, I wonder what people think about this. And just some of the dumbest ones are just like, oh, my God, you're getting fucking played, you idiot. Unless it's a bot or a provocateur or something like that. If it's a real person, and they're like, yo, shut up, bro. You know, we need to control our backyard. It's like, yo, that they're using your backyard to plant fucking landmines for you to run into one day. And guess what? You're doing it for free, you idiot. You're not going to see this fucking money. You're not going to see it, bro. Maybe a little dent hits in the fucking gas prices. Maybe. But for the most part, you ain't seen anything out of this. But Exxon will. Kraft will. Any other fucking, you know, multinational corporation that wants to carve up fucking Venezuela, they'll see some fucking digits. Guess what? For the people saying, oh, well, like I just showed with Nick and Matt Walsh and these guys, right? Like, oh, well, Nick doesn't bend the knee to Israel, huh? Like, well, guess what? Israel will be carving up a piece of the cake, too, of Venezuela. They'll be getting involved as well. Financially and national security-wise. So, you are getting fucked. There's no way around it. You're getting fucked. That's why events like that, like the Maduro thing, is important. Not because I fucking love Maduro so much. It's about the precedent that's being set and the actual actions that would probably take place because things like that happen. And you dingbats are fucking idiots getting tricked by it. And I have to scream it at you 10 million times, apparently, and it's still not getting through. It's like, damn, do they have to, like, drone your fucking house or something before, like, drone bomb your house first? Will that, like, snap you out of it? Will that take it from joke to fucking tears? Is that what you need to happen? No one wants that to happen, but you're begging for it, apparently. Anyways, there's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. Say what you want in the comment section. Good luck. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All opinions are welcome. And everything I showed you will be linked in the description box for you to look at on your own. So please do so. I recommend this video. I mean, I'm going to link it. I'm going to link this video anyways, even if it gets this part 2 gets copyrighted out. I'll still link the this little 60-minute segment so you can watch it on your own. I think very important to watch, to see and know about. But either way, please take advantage of the comments of the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.